Oh, this will be number 2 for today. You know, my history with that cop, after a lot that I wrote about trying to do right, I went to a paint store in town, Benjamin's Paint Store, a store I'd never been in my life. I was helping Shrek and Tammy get a bus ticket, and they know the Christian guy that knows. Never been in that store in my life. You know, that cop illegally traced my phone, because when I got out, he was there. Same cop. I had nothing on me, no probation, nothing, or I thought, wow, that's illegal as hell. In the case I just shared with you, the CCPD should be sued for years of that. The Internal Affairs told my friend when that cop publicly beat the shit out of him here at Stripes, Flower Bluff, you're not going to press charges, we ain't going to do shit. The next day, that cop's waiting for that guy. Here in Turtle Cove. It's where his family, he was staying in the house outside. Let me tell you what you should have done. But being you got a rogue department, he should have immediately be pulled off and fired because he beat the shit out of somebody with witnesses. That's why the federal authorities are the only ones. I reported multiple times death threats he made, and I gave the name. If you consider disappear, or I will make you disappear. Showing up, following, on the force. So you got a rogue department is what you got here in Corpus Christi. All the other stuff I heard in these last few days, because some of the guys don't know I was dealing with these. Unbelievable. 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 Do you worry you're going to get shot by your friends, John? If you knew the stories, the biggest danger is the police department in the city. There's a percentage that will do anything they can. Any illegal activity that you could imagine they're involved in. Ongoing. Let me tell you, in a regular department, whether you have multiple cases of public officers beating the shit out of people, showing up at the property the next day, laughing about you. We caught the guy that beat the fuck out of you. He's gone. So when that officer does that, he puts them on notice. How dare you fucking report me? You're lucky you're getting away with your life. That's what goes on. These guys involved in all their past trying to get straight, that's what they're afraid of. Even when they're clean. This guy was clean when this happened. Now, the department should be shut down that you let guys like that run. Another story of a judge. I won't tell that. Not the Judge Jack Hunter that was shot. I don't know what happened there. That's probably a domestic violence thing. Now, if you have an assault and battery, and then an officer showing up the next day after he beats the fuck out of you, and showing up at that guy's property and parking in front of his house, and you say, we can't do it, the police department, Internal Affairs, said we can't do anything about it unless you're not talking about a domestic abuse, you're talking about a cop running around with a gun making death threats to Albert Hoffman. Disappear, I'll make you disappear. Beating the fuck out of people. And you say, we can't do it. You can do something about it. You can enforce law. Instead of being involved in every fucking crime under the sun. Over and over. I can't tell you how many fucking stories I have heard. My cases. How shocked I was when this guy would show up at AA meetings, come out of AA meetings sitting there. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? All of that is illegal. You don't have law in Corpus Christi. You don't have law in Corpus Christi. Mayor Nelda, I see you in church when I'm in the Mass. You have no ideas what goes on here in this city. Common knowledge on the street what's going on here. The people I reported where the drugs were being sold at 919 West Lakeside. He put them on notice to leave, and they're gone. My friends don't know why they're gone. They're on their way to California. Let me say, just one of those cases, CCPD, when you had an officer in just one of those cases cross the line like that, should have immediately been fired. In a normal city, who go to prison for that? In Corpus Christi, he's the next day parking in front of the guy's house that he beat the shit out of at the Stripes. Publicly. And you knew about it because whoever was the commander of that unit at the time here in Flower Bluff apologized the next day. Oh, we promise he does this a lot. We won't let... What is he doing on the force? Illegal activity from sunup to sunset. That's your Corpus Christi Police Department. You say, John, I'm a cop and I'm not. You have a degree of this in your department. Ongoing. When my friend reported at the pub, they didn't know who beat the shit out of him. He didn't know it was a cop. He knew it was that cop later. Really? Cop did this? Next day, in front of his house. Oh, I caught the guy who beat the fuck out of you. We sent him to Port Aransas. Put him on notice. We're in front of your family's home. There was a relative here in Turtle Cove. What do you want done? That guy needs to be in prison. If I told you all the other illegal shit that just last few days, common knowledge on the street in Corpus Christi, Texas. Say, John, you're ruining get criminals off the street. This is number 2.